And, hello, everyone. Looks like some folks are still getting connected to audio and getting settled. So we're just going to give everybody 1 minute and then we'll get started.
Live stream, o sea que está en vivo. Que sepa. No tenemos en realidad que ver mucho. Y yo no tengo nada, no he puesto nada. Sí, yo te saqué, estoy en meeting, te puedes salir.
Just a friendly reminder, if we could have everybody muting if you're not going to be speaking, just to eliminate some background noise.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the New Year.
Another live stream today. Another FAU live stream today video.
If we could just kindly ask everyone to mute themselves so that we don't have any external distractions. We're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to the New Year Wellness Series, packed with meaningful guidance on spiritual, relational, emotional, nutritional, physical, and mental wellness. I'm Sarah Green, the wellness consultant at the Marcus Institute of Integrative Health at FAU Medicine. Integrative health is a holistic, patient-focused approach to healthcare and wellness. At the Marcus Institute, our physicians treat the whole person by examining everything that makes up a patient's health, including factors that can lead to disease, affect nutrition, exercise, and stress. Ultimately, patients and physicians are partners in healing and wellness. The Marcus Institute is pleased to co-sponsor this series with our friends at the Robin Rubin Center for Happiness and Life Enhancement. The center is housed in the Sandler School of Social Work within the College of Social Work and Criminal Justice at FAU. They offer weekly wellness programming free of charge and conveniently online. Students, faculty, staff, friends, family, all are welcome and encouraged to attend all Robin Rubin Center events, which include meditations on Tuesdays and Fridays, as well as special events like this one. We're posting links in the chat now and invite you to learn more about the Marcus Institute of Integrative Health at FAU Medicine and the Robin Rubin Center, and make plans to join us again in the near future. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you our speaker today. Heather Berg is not only a gifted and knowledgeable presenter on mindfulness, breathwork, and yoga, she is also a dear friend of mine. Heather is a regular contributor at the Marcus Institute of Integrative Health. We collaborate in a myriad of capacities professionally, and I just cannot say enough great things about Heather. Her passion is to share her enthusiasm of yoga and to create a positive experience for her students. Her mission is an approach to meet the needs of individuals, as well as to teach at a deeper level beyond just the postures of yoga. Her teaching is an approach on how to create a sustainable practice for life. Heather is most interested in teaching others to be discerning practitioners who can then integrate information for themselves. This way, Heather's students will truly learn to practice yoga as a way of life that breathes differently in every body. So Heather is a registered yoga teacher as well as a certified breathwork facilitator with a specialization in the Buteyko method. She is precisely cued invigorating Hatha classes, focusing on cultivating breath and body awareness, while her yin classes relax both the body and the mind, taking practitioners to a deeper level of sensitivity and stillness, both inside and out. Heather not only teaches on land, but on a stand-up paddleboard as well. The paddleboard takes the place of your mat, but since it's an unstable foundation, it will truly fire up your core. You will no doubt need to work with more consciousness, honing in mindfulness skills as well. She is always researching and exploring other respectable yoga teacher trainings and workshops so that she can continue to grow in her own practice. Along with teaching local workshops, Heather leads yoga classes at larger events, as well as breathwork and mindfulness. When asked what she loves about yoga, Heather says, "It's the perfect opportunity to see who I really am. It brings me home." Heather is a resident of South Florida and lives with her husband and 2 daughters. And so I will pass the mic over to Heather. You all are in for quite a treat today. So I invite you to sit back and enjoy Heather's presentation. Thank you, Heather.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for that introduction. It's always so interesting to hear someone else read your bio. So thank you so much. Before we begin, what I always like to do when I start any of my classes is I like to take, I'm going to say approximately 1 minute of just silence. And so I can use this as a reminder that if you've come on and you haven't muted yourself, this would be a great time to do that. I will mind the time. Close your eyes or just gaze diagonally down, and I will tell you when you can open up your eyes. And gently open up your eyes. Just notice how that made you feel, whether it made you feel uncomfortable, anxious, or maybe it felt really good just to be completely silent and still. And there's no right or wrong, and there's no judgment. And that kind of gets me to what mindfulness is. It's such a buzzword today that it can be overused, but I really like it though. I like the meaning behind it. And there are many meanings of mindfulness, but kind of a paraphrased definition from Jon Kabat-Zinn is paying attention in a particular way in the present moment without judgment. So when you were in that silence for about a minute, were you present in the particular moment without judgment? Or was your mind all over the place? Which it may have been, and that's okay, but I don't want you to judge. So today, what I'm going to be doing with you guys, it's about mindful movement. We're going to move our body and breath work. And before we get into that, I want you to think of the things that we use to create stimulation and focus, like what we use in our everyday life. Like we use caffeine, we use sugar, what else do we use? We fill our time with computers, our phones, and then we, on the other end, that's kind of to bring stimulation. And then we also, to down regulate, some people at the end of the day might use alcohol, or they might use gummies, or whatever it may be, or just sitting in front of the TV and watching Netflix for 3 or 4 hours. And these are all conveniences that provide ways for us to override our wiring. And we end up becoming further and further kind of detached from our innate capacity for self-regulation. And why I'm bringing that up is because the exercises that we're going to do together, these mindfulness exercises, I want you to think of them as tools or practices to help self-regulate, to help bring us into the moment, which is what mindfulness is all about. And what I also want you to think about with mindfulness is that it is a way to strengthen your awareness muscle. All right. So there's something that I call the practices are A, B, C. We're going through the A's, B's, and C's. Awareness is our A. And so what I want all of us to do is to do these awareness exercises. And just to let you know, we are going to be moving our body a little bit when we get to B. However, with the awareness exercises, if you want to stand up and do them, you totally can. If you want to be seated, you totally can. You could even be laying on your back if you want. Okay, so just letting you know that for this first part, the A, be comfortable. All right, awareness. I want you to look around where you are sitting, laying down, standing. Just look around, and I want you to find 3 things that are orange or have the color orange in it. So go ahead, look around your room. It might be super easy and quick, or you may have to really look. Pay attention. Are you holding your breath as you're doing this? All right, hopefully I gave you enough time. I want you to look around the room where you are, and I want you to find 3 things that are green or have green in it. Good. Now, I want you to find 3 things that are square, not rectangular, square, that either are square in shape or have a square shape in it. Go ahead. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure your jaw is relaxed. Okay, hopefully I gave you enough time. One more. I want you to look around your room wherever you are, and I want you to find 3 things that look kind of rough in texture, that don't have a smooth surface. All right. Don't worry if you didn't find all 3, but I want you to notice with that exercise, that awareness exercise, you really cannot, or it's very difficult to be planning or worrying about something in the future or something that happened before. It brings you right into the present moment. This is why this is a mindfulness exercise. This thing that we did, going, just going through visual, you can do that with all of your senses. So just to let you know, let's go ahead and try. We're not going to do all of the senses right now because I want to do other things with you. It's still part of the awareness. You can close your eyes if you feel safe to do so, or gaze diagonally down. But I want you to see if you can listen or see if you could hear 3 different sounds in your environment. It might be in a different room if you're at home or in a building somewhere, or maybe outside of the building or home where you are. 3 different sounds. Stretch your hearing. Okay. Again, notice it really brings you into the focus, into the present moment, allows you to focus. This is a great exercise to do when you're feeling scattered, when you have to go on and do a big presentation right before. Get really focused. Find 5 things that are orange. Find 5 things that have square in it. See if I can listen to 3 different sounds. That's A, that's awareness. So now we're going to move to B, body. Some of it standing up, and we can also do some of it sitting. If you want to do it all sitting, of course, do it. It's about moving mindfully. So I'm just going to adjust my camera. I'm going to slide my chair over. But I'm not going to sit in the chair yet. There we go. All right. So you can do it seated, of course, if you feel more comfortable. Otherwise, I would love for you to stand with your feet hip distance apart and have a little bend in your knees. Good. And what I want you to do is just start to roll your shoulders up, back, and down. So I know I'd like to say that I'm sure all of you have done this before, right? You can do this very mindlessly, which I'm doing right now because I'm talking to you. I'm not really paying attention. I'm just rolling my shoulders up, back, and down. But I want you to start to do it mindfully. I want you to strengthen your awareness muscle. I find closing my eyes helps. You don't have to. You can gaze diagonally down at the floor. I want you to slowly breathe through your nose and just notice your feeling. Notice what you feel as the shoulders come up. Slow it down. Notice what you feel when you pull the shoulders back. Notice what you feel when the shoulder blades come down. Is there a sound going on in your shoulders? Are you holding your breath? I want you to breathe. One more. Good. And then I want you to find some stillness here. When you are still, are you holding your breath? Remember that definition of mindfulness, paying attention to what is happening in the present moment without judgment. All right, open up your eyes. I want to do some more mindful movement. You can do this again, sitting down, or you can do it standing. I'm going to stay standing. Ground the feet. And if you're sitting on the chair, of course, ground your feet. Inhale, I want you to reach your arms up. And exhale, bring them down. Of course, another movement that I'm sure many have done many times before. And it can be done very mindlessly. You can totally not be aware. You just know your arms are going up and down. But you want to strengthen that awareness muscle. So close your eyes if you wish, or gaze diagonally down. Your entire inhale, that's how long it takes for the arms to come up. And exhale, that's how long it takes for the arms to come down. I want you to marry your movement with the pace of your breath. Try to breathe in and out. Two more of these. Notice how much concentration it takes to actually move with the pace of your breath. How much awareness. Good. Find some stillness again. Eyes opened or closed. Breathing through the nose. Good. All right. So this next one, I'm going to do sitting down, just to show you that it can run sitting down. And I'm going to turn my chair. Okay, if you're choosing to sit down, we're going to be coming in and out of a forward fold. I'm going to adjust my camera again a little bit. If you are sitting, notice how I'm sitting away from the back of the chair. So I do want you to slide yourself a little bit forward. I want your feet flat on the floor. And I would like you, although my camera is not angled here, I apologize, is that my ankles are underneath my knees. I do not have my feet back. So I'm kind of 90-degree angle. Good. So what I would like for you to do is, as you inhale, the full length of your inhale, reach the arms forward and up. And then as you exhale, you're going to reach forward and fold over the legs. And then again, reach the arms forward and up. Push your feet into the ground. This is our inhale. And exhale. And it seems so easy, right? Or I should phrase that. It's very simple what we're doing, but it's not necessarily easy to really move with the pace of your breath. Notice how much concentration it takes. And exhale. Inhale brings you up. It takes the whole length of the inhale, so you need to slow down your movement. Exhale. A few more. Last one. Exhale, fold on in. Let's stay in our forward fold for 3 breaths. Obviously, if it bothers your body, you can have your elbows on your knees or thighs. One more breath. And let's sit on up. Try not to fidget. Eyes closed or gazing diagonally down. Your hands rest on your nose. So let's take an awareness moment, a mindful moment. Know that you're sitting or standing. Know that you are breathing. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the top of the head, the crown of the head, gently pulling up towards the ceiling. Good. Open up your eyes if they're closed. I'm going to shift. And I'm going to come forward because I want to move to our C part, which is strength. All right. So we did awareness exercises where we went through stuff that we saw or you can use all of your senses, but we only use visual and a little bit of hearing. B, moving the body mindfully. And now we're going to see centering. And the centering exercise that I'm going to do with you guys is based around the breath, because the breath work is a beautiful way to kind of to meditate. You can use your breath to meditate. That could be your focal point, or it could be a gateway into meditation. And so what I want to talk to you guys very briefly about is why I keep saying breathe through your nose. Now, obviously, if you can't, there are things you can do, but we don't have time for that, for me to go into that. But nose breathing, let me just go over the science really quickly behind it. We inhale oxygen. We exhale carbon dioxide. We need enough carbon dioxide in order for the oxygen to absorb efficiently into our cells, into our muscles, into our organs. And so the health benefits of nose breathing are undeniable. And one of the many benefits is that the sinuses release a boost of nitric oxide. So when we breathe through our nose, only when we breathe through our nose. If we breathe through our mouth, we do not harness nitric oxide, not nitrous oxide, that's laughing gas, nitric oxide. And the reason why nitric oxide is so wonderful, a slew of reasons, but one of the main reasons is that it is a vasodilator, which means it opens up the blood vessels. So just kind of interesting information. One of I forgot his name right now, but he actually discovered Viagra, and that is a pill that has nitric oxide And what does nitric oxide do? It opens the blood vessels everywhere, everywhere. So if we can create nitric oxide naturally, breathing through the nose, that's huge. So it's great for lowering our blood pressure, great for heart disease. It allows us to breathe. It's also antifungal, antibacterial. So that is why I keep saying, please breathe through your nose. So what I want to do is I want to do just for a few minutes, I want to do some breathwork exercises with you, which it's all about breathing through the nose, breathing lightly, breathing slowly. How when we do that, when we breathe through the nose lightly and slowly, we automatically breathe deeper. And I'll let you kind of experience that. And another reason I want to back up a sec, why we breathe through the nose, like I mentioned before, we inhale oxygen, exhale carbon dioxide. If we constantly breathe through our mouth, we get anxious, or you snore and you're constantly exhaling, you're blowing off too much carbon dioxide. And then the oxygen that we're inhaling, not enough of it is absorbing into our cells, our muscles, our tissues. And so there are a slew of just symptoms that could occur, like the high blood pressure, like feeling dizzy, feeling breathless, a lot of other issues as well. However, let's go back and start breathing. I'd like for you to roll your shoulders up, back, and down a few times. If you are able to, I'd like for you to breathe through your nose. And oral posture is important. Place your tongue on the roof of the mouth, as if you were saying the word love or library. Notice where your tongue lands. Don't push it there, just place it there. And then the root of your tongue relaxes. There's a space between your upper and lower back teeth. Just notice when you have your tongue placed on the roof of your mouth, you cannot breathe through your mouth, right? So oral posture is super important to help make sure that you breathe through your nose. Good. We're doing something called, I'm going to guide you through feather breathing. I want you to take one of your index fingers and place it underneath your nostrils. You can let it rest on above your upper lip if you wish. Your mouth is closed. Your eyes can be closed if you wish. And every time you exhale, I want you to just notice and feel the air on your finger. And I want you to begin to slow your breath down and try to lighten it, so that eventually, when you exhale, you're not feeling the pressure of the air on your finger, but you're actually just feeling the warmth of your air, of the exhale. Slow the inhale down. Slow the exhale, making it really light. Now feel free to keep your finger there if you wish, or you can lower it into your lap. And I want you to imagine that there's this little feather underneath your nostrils. And so every time you inhale, you're breathing so lightly, so softly. That feather is not sticking to your nostrils. And every time you exhale, so softly, so lightly, that you're not blowing the feather away. Notice the cooler air coming in. Notice the warmer air exiting. Beautiful. Notice how you're feeling. Pay attention to the air as it enters and exits. Notice how much focus it takes. Slowing the speed of your breath. Many of you are probably feeling an air hunger, meaning that you want to take a bigger breath in. That is good. That means that there is this buildup of CO2, which means that the oxygen that you're inhaling is going to all the places in the body that you need it. Another round. Good. You can lower the hand. If it's still up there, you can open your eyes. I want you to just notice how you feel. When we breathe like this, it also stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. That's the rest and digest. That's the calming sensation of our nervous system. Another reason why it's important to breathe through your nose. When we breathe through our mouth, we're automatically signaling to our nervous system, alert, alert. Even if we're not stressed about something, our nervous system is being stimulated in a way that kind of keeps our self alert. Just one more thing, and then I'll have time for questions. This next one, I want you to breathe through your nose again, tongue on the roof of the mouth, but I want you to place your fingers like this. Let me adjust my camera. And I want you to find the sides of your rib cage. So not your waist, your rib cage. And I want you to gently push inward. Obviously, don't squeeze it so much. You're sitting tall or standing if it's easier. And gently push inward. Relax your shoulders. I'm just going to adjust my camera. Relax your shoulders, tongue on the roof of the mouth. Your eyes can be closed or gazing down. And I want you once again to breathe lightly and slowly through the nose. I want your focus to be on slowing the breath down and making it lighter. And my hope is that you are feeling the sides of your rib cage expand into your fingers, into your hands. I also want you to notice that you don't need to take a big breath in order for the breath to be low or the breath to be deep. This is a deep breath. Many times when people say take a deep breath, they take a big breath. A big breath can create that sympathetic stimulation, that fight or flight, if we do it too often. This slow breathing, light breathing automatically creates a deeper breath. Let's just take 3 more rounds of the breath. And then you can lower your hands. I want you to check in. Notice how you feel. Good. Wonderful. So I don't know if you want some questions. Yes, these are such great questions. And oh my God, I love them all. So the first one, okay. I had to really look for the squares. I love it. That's what's so great about that awareness exercise. It forces you to just look around. You can do that exercise anywhere. Just say you're feeling kind of anxious or you're all over the place and you need to focus in and be present. You could be standing at the line at Publix or wherever you are, in a doctor's office, or if you're out somewhere, you can look around the room, look around wherever you are, and brings you right into the moment. So yeah, you have to really look for the squares. I like that one. Awareness, body, and centering. Good. So does this breathing technique work for panic attacks and hyperventilation? Absolutely. I work with private clients who have anxiety, asthma, panic attacks, people who have sleeping challenges, snoring, sleep apnea. This breathing is about it's breathing re-education. Learning how to breathe through your nose, especially if you're a mouth breather, breathing lightly, slowly, and then we realize we are able to breathe deeply. And without going into too much again, but just there's so much science behind it that does help with anxiety. Great question. Should we breathing, let's see. Should we be breathing out through the mouth? No, not with this. There are times and places to breathe through the mouth, absolutely. However, the breath work that I'm doing with you is about functional breathing. It's about bringing our gas levels back to a place where our nervous system is in balance. If we constantly exhale through the mouth, like inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Few things, just two things I'm going to share with you. Number one, it's dehydrating to do that over and over and over. So people who sigh a lot, it's dehydrating. That's number one. Number two, when you exhale through the mouth continually, when you exercise, you end up, your next inhale ends up being bigger than it should, which creates this loop of hyperventilation. That's not to say that we should never exhale through the mouth, but I'm just saying to bring yourself back to functional breathing. Okay.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you so much. I'm going to jump in so we make sure we
Yes.
have time to allow everyone to fill out a survey. If we could please
Yes.
ask everyone to take a moment to fill out our survey. We're going to post that in the chat box as well. It really is very helpful for us to get your feedback. So take just a moment and allow a moment just to be able to fill that out. Hold on one second. I'm trying to post that in the chat box. And hold on one sec. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Ashley. Thank you. I appreciate your help. All right. And I want to be mindful of the time. Heather, I'm going to allow you like one more question. If you see anything in the chat box that you haven't gotten to, and then I have a few closing remarks.
Just looking at this one, it says, are these exercises safe for people with abdominal issues and strains?
Oh,
yes.
Okay, hold on one second. Let's just give them another 30 seconds or so.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No worries. I want to make sure we're always so mindful of the time, but we want to also be sure to get to everything and everyone's questions, and there's so much to share. So we're just really appreciative of everyone's time and want to be respectful of that. So we'll give everybody just another few moments to fill out that survey, and then Heather can answer that question, and I'll jump back on, Heather, to do our closing remarks.
Should I do that now, or you want me to wait?
Yep, go right ahead, Heather.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so let me just look. It says, I think someone was asking if these exercises are safe. I don't know if you were talking about the breathing exercises as well as the movement. Anytime you can do something really gently, which is the breath work, is actually try to breathe as lightly and slowly as possible. These are okay for that. There are some contraindications for other breathwork exercises, but for the ones that I shared with you today, these are all safe. I don't know if there was anything else, but I just want to thank Sarah and Robin, School of Social Work, the Marcus Institute of Integrative Health. Thank you so much for allowing me to share just little snippets of how to bring some mindfulness into your day.
Thank you so much, Heather. So we are just about out of time. We want to share two quick notes before we go. Again, a huge thank you to Heather. You are such a source of knowledge and inspiration. And I say this to you all the time, but you really remind me to just stop and breathe. And I'm so grateful for that. Next, please mark your calendars for our next installment in the series next Wednesday, same time, same place, where we will be talking about nurturing relational wellness with Dr. David Walseifer. We recommend creating a reminder on your calendar along with the access link. That way you preserve your time and have a built-in reminder. You can find our access link in your email confirmation that you received when you registered for the series. Like I said, same time, same place, and same link. A big thank you to the Robin Rubin Center for Happiness and Life Enhancement and to our Marcus Institute for Integrative Health at FAU Medicine for co-sponsoring this fantastic series. Hope to see you all next Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, everyone. Have a beautiful day.